Hello everybody, my name is Rachel and my group members are Shantel, Taytiana, and Mary. The topic of our informative speech is America's biggest issue, marriage. The most recent data shows that less than 60% of adults are living together in either a marriage or cohabitating relationship. For every 1,000 marriages in the last year, only 14.9 ended in a divorce, according to the newly released American Community Survey data from the Census Bureau. For example, because of women's independence and gender equality in today's society, there is a huge factor in the long-term decline in marriage, says Philip Cohen, a sociology professor at the University of Maryland. After a considerable amount of research on this topic months prior to this speech, statistics show that married people not only have a better physical health, but also more financial stability and greater social mobility. The decline in marriage rates can affect our children by an increase in dropout rates and females at a greater risk of pregnancy. Children's living arrangements have become increasingly diverse and unstable, which makes it difficult for not just the kids, but the parents as well. In this informative speech, the main points are going to be how poverty affects the decline in marriage, how life tends to get in the way of marriage, and lastly, the effects on children who are raised in a single-parent home.
Studies have shown that a decline in marriage can lead to an increased rate of poverty. According to Heritage.com, marriage reduces the probability of child poverty by 80%. Nearly 3 in 10 millennials who have had a baby before outside of marriage are in poverty, and the percent of adults from the millennial ages of 28 to 34 is shown in the chart.
Overall, the economic value of marriage for children should not be underestimated. One recent study suggests that having stably married parents is worth an extra $40,000 in annual family income to children while growing up compared to children being raised by a single parent. This allows the child who is growing up with both parents to have more opportunity. It is no surprise that children from single parent families are more likely to be poor than children from married parent families. According to ifstudies.org, since the 1970s, children in single mother headed homes are over 4 times more likely to be poor compared to children who live in a family where their parents are married.
Along with poverty affecting marriages, life itself can play a part in affecting a marriage. Couples who are busy are often stressed. Some common reasons for stress in a marriage are finances, children, and work commitments, difficult behavior and changes. According to divorce statistics, couples that argue about finances at least once a week are 30% more likely to get a divorce. Busy couples might feel less connected because they have less time to spend together and feel as if they are living separate lives. When couples get too busy, they tend to not show passion for each other. One individual may not feel the affection that they once received. This then leads to arguments and sleepless nights. When you make a commitment to someone, you should always make sure that the spouse feels the same love and passion from the beginning of the relationship. This will help your marriage.
I will be discussing the third point of the issues of American marriage. It's the effects on the children who are raised in a single parent home. First, it increased risk of dropping out of high school, and teenage girls have a greater risk of getting pregnant. Two, education opportunities. And three, not all negative concerning single parent home. Children of a single parent household are at an increased risk of dropping out of high school. The chances of these kids going to college was greatly diminished. Children of single parent families are concentrated in inner cities, where there is often a shortage of quality education opportunities. Children that live in a single parent home do not have the income for additional education, such as buying computers, tutoring, or materials that they may need. By
In conclusion, our informative speech has discussed three main points on why the decline of marriage in America is an issue. These points are how poverty affects the decline in marriage, how life tends to get in the way of marriage, and lastly, the effects on children who are raised in a single parent home. Some advice I would give to you is truly make sure time together is a priority. As expressed previously, consideration is significant in a relationship.